Starting for the Hornets, head guard, number 24, Shane Green. Head guard, number 5, Kayla Carver. Head center, number 22, Marlowe. Head forward, number 35, Lee Cyphers. Head guard, number 10, Deanna Dragoon. The Hornets are coached by Coach Brad Valley. Now for your Cougars. Starting for the Cougars, head guard, number 4, Peyton Sample. Head guard, number 5, Taylor Rabideau. Head guard, number 34, Henley Sample. Head forward, number 24, Shannon Rao. Head center, number 41, Kayla Carter. The Cougars are coached by Coach Frank Dumas and assisted by Courtney Poirier. Please rise and move on in here for playing the national anthem.
We are on the air. All right, well, we're at it again, Hoops fans, for Hometown Cable's presentation of Northern Basketball League Girls Varsity Basketball, coming to you from Northeastern Clinton Central School on this very chilly Thursday evening, January 23rd, 2014. The Cougars are entertaining the Hornets of Plattsburgh High School this evening in a Division I matchup. The Cougars start off with the opening tap. Here's Shaylin Rao for a long three attempt that goes off the top of the backboard, and the Hornets rebound, so they will bring the ball up the court. This is number 10, Kiana Dragoon, pushes it back out for Kayla Carper. Dragoon gets it in for Marlowe. This is Marlowe in the paint, puts up a two-handed shot that won't fall. Emily Sample with the rebound and almost turned the ball over, but the Hornets had their back turned. Here's Sample again. She penetrates, puts a shot up off the glass. It won't fall. Kayla Carter gets her hands on the rebound, but can't grab it, and the Hornets come away with it. So both teams come up empty on their first couple trips down. Here's Dragoon again, looks to penetrate. Cougars in a man-to-man defense. This is Frady. Kicks it back out for Carper. Carper with a three-point attempt off the side of the rim. Batted around, and Rao comes down with the loose ball. So here come the Cougars back the other way. Looking to see who can get the first hoop here. Here's Carter in the lane. She kicks it off for Sample. Sample with a left-handed runner, and she drops it in. So Emily Sample gets the Cougars on the board first with a nice run in the lane and a left-handed shot. Here's Rabideau. And a new rule this year in the girls basketball that they only have 10 seconds to get the ball over midcourt. So that pressure by Taylor Rabideau in the backcourt, Carper was just not expecting that and took a little bit too much time to get it over the midcourt stripe. So Hornets with a turnover and Cougars with the ball. Sample again with that same play, drives it in, this time puts it up right-handed. Rao with a rebound underneath, and she gets fouled on the way up. So Shaylin Rao will be at the line to shoot two. The foul will go against Kiana Dragoon. And Rao will be at the line to take two. Nice offensive rebound there. Good work underneath by the Cougar post player. And the first one is up and a little off target. Second one is on its way, and that one's good. So Rao gets her first point of the night. And this time the Cougars apply a little bit more pressure and create the turnover. So not sure that the Hornets were prepared for any kind of pressure, even token as it is. Coach Dumas decides to throw a little bit of pressure on. It's created a few turnovers here already. Here's Rao inside for Carter. Carter with a turnaround hook with the left hand. It won't fall, but Emily Sample does a nice job there. Offensive board and give the Cougars a fresh shot clock. Back for Rao. Rao penetrates. Out for Sample. And Cougars looking to see if they can get something going against a man-to-man defense, but this doesn't happen. So we're under 10 on the shot clock. Rabideau throws up a prayer that won't fall. And when she grabs the ball, she's out of bounds. So good defense there by the Hornets to cause a little confusion on the offensive end for the Cougars. Not able to get a decent shot off, and the Hornets take over on the turnover. This is Shea Frady with the ball. Over for Carper. Tries to do an entry pass in for Dragoon. It gets swatted away and finally picked up by the Cougars. So good defense on the defensive end. Here's Sample on the drive. Kicks it off for Carter. Carter drops it back off for Sample. She'll set up and put up a shot that goes off the back iron. Rabideau picks up the rebound and puts in the short chipper. So nice offensive set there for the Cougars to show good ball movement and catch the Hornets kind of off guard. Rabideau with good effort against the loose ball. And we got a timeout on the floor. As Coach LaValle saw his player in trouble in the corner, calls a timeout with 5:14 showing on the clock here in the first quarter. The Cougars with a 5-0 lead. Quickly back into the action. And that was a pass inside that Emily Sample wasn't really looking for. Under 10 on the shot clock. Cougars with an inbound pass. Look to see if they can't make something happen. Here's Carter. Turns around. That was a little bit too strong. Gets her own rebound. And can't get the outlet pass. Carper picks it up and will get fouled in the backcourt. Peyton Sample will pick up that foul, and the Hornets will have the ball. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Hornets get the ball in. This is Frady with it. Carper. Inside for Cyphers. Nice drive to the hoop there, but the ball comes up a little bit short. Partially blocked by Rao. Rao comes back the other way. Switches hands and gives it over for Sample. Sample thinks better of it. Inside for Peyton Sample. Off the glass and in. Nice look there by Emily Sample to find her cousin cutting through the lane, and threw a nice entry pass in there, and Peyton Sample finishes and will be at the line to for the three-point play. And that free throw is short. Nice offensive rebound again by Rao, and she gets fouled on the way up. So she'll be at the line to shoot two. Foul's going to go against Cyphers. It'll be her first, but team's third with just over 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Hornets yet to put anything on the board. Rao misses on the first. Her second trip to the line tonight. And the second one is on its way, and she misses that one. Nice offensive work there by Carter, and she finally puts it back in with a couple of efforts. Hornets on the offense. Again, the Cougars in a man-to-man defense. Looking for something inside. Marlowe has the ball. Post up, and shot's a little bit off target, but she did get the ball into her and had a nice look inside, but couldn't finish on it. Carter gets triple team there and sends the ball back outside. Rabideau tracks it down. She's bothered there by Carper off the screen, and the ball goes out of bounds, but it's last touch by the Hornets. Good defense by the Hornets, as they're playing very active on this man-to-man, and creating creating some problems for the Cougars. Back inside for Carter, mishandles the ball, and Sample puts the shot up, drains it through. Nope, she's only going to give her a two, but as the shot clock was running down, Peyton Sample gets her hands on the ball and pumps it up, and then comes back and creates a foul in the backcourt. So she's going to pick up her second foul here with only 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the first quarter, so she will go to the bench, replaced by number 13, Sierra Gagno. Carper gets by Rabideau, dribbles it into the lane, but kicks it back out. Here's Dragoon around the perimeter, looking for Marlowe inside. She finally gets her hand on the ball and puts the ball up and in. So Ashley Marlowe gets the Hornets on the board here with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter with a good strong move inside. Here's Gagno from the foul line. She kicks it out for Rabideau. Rabideau, left-handed shot up and in. 4 points for Taylor Rabideau, and we got a timeout on the floor. 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go. Cougars with a 13-2 lead. Okay, out of the timeout. Hornets with the ball, working against some man-to-man pressure, and ball gets swatted out of bounds, but this Carper gets by Rabideau, drives it in the lane, gives it off for Cyphers. That one's a little bit too long. Gagno with the rebound, pushes it up the court. Here's Emily Sample, but Cyphers is back quickly. Nice D there. And Rao in some traffic, puts the shot up, gets partially blocked, and the Hornets come away with it. Hornets playing with a little determination here after that timeout. Inside for Marlowe, gets picked off by Carter. Carter takes it down the other end, left-handed layup is up and in. So good steal by the center, and good heads-up movement there. Here's another steal by Gagno. She's going to take it in and lay one in. Quickly, 4 more points on the board for the Cougars. Push their lead up to 15 here with just under 2 minutes to go. Here's Ashley Marlowe with a shot from mid-range. A little bit short. Gagnon with the long rebound. Nice pass up for Sample, but she loses the handle on it. And Frady's going to get called for the foul. Unfortunately, she probably could have held off on that a little bit because Sample didn't even have the ball in her hand. But so it goes. And the Cougars will have a baseline inbounds here with 1:41 to show in the first quarter. Inside for Carter. Carter turns around with a triple team again. So the Hornets are doing their homework, and anytime Kayla Carter gets her hands on the ball inside, they get 3 defenders around her. This time she gets fouled on the way up and will be at the line to shoot 2. Marlowe picks up her first foul, but 5 on the team here with minute 30 some odd to go in the first quarter. Kayla's first foul shot is up and good. And the second one is good. Carter with 6 points to lead all scorers will go to the bench. And she's replaced by number 33, Christina Paola. Or as her teammates call her, Chrissy. Here's Dragoon looking to break the press. Lobs one up to midcourt. Kind of a prayer there, but Hornets not able to do much against the Cougar press. Inside for Rao. Rao turns around and nice soft touch off the glass. And she knocks down a set. Here's Frady on the drive. She goes by Paola and kisses one off the glass. So Shea Frady gets in the scoring column for the Hornets. Here's Sample. Tries to kick one over to the sideline, but it's picked off there by the Hornets. And here they come back the other way, but Carper's pass up front is a little bit too strong, and it'll go out of bounds. So we got under a minute to play here in the first quarter. And Callie Sample will check into the contest. And Taylor Rabideau will sit. Here's Emily Sample. Inside for Rao. Rao dishes a nice dish off for Gagnon, who can't finish inside, and Frady with the rebound. She drives the lane and gets called for the travel. So Shea Frady takes it coast to coast, but then drags her feet underneath the basket and gets called for the travel. And while we're talking about that, our officials for this evening's contest, Andy Morelli and Tom Lacey. Sample out for Callie Sample. Here's Paola from 3-point range. That won't fall. Hustles in and gets her own rebound, but the ball is held and will go over to, I don't believe so. Okay. All right, so Cougars will have it on the alternating possession. Inside for Gagnon, and she gets called for travel. So the Cougars turn the ball over. 8 seconds to play here in the first quarter. All Cougars so far. Frady puts it up for Carper. Here's Marlowe at the buzzer, and it won't fall. So after 8 minutes of play here, Northeastern Clinton Central School, the Cougars play 21-4 lead over the Hornets of Plattsburgh High. We're back at it, Cal. We're on. Okie doke. Second quarter action coming to you from Northeastern Clinton Central School. Hornets of Plattsburgh High in town to take on the Cougars. Here's Shea Frady. Weaves through the lane and drops one in. Nice move there by Frady to take the bull by the horns here in the opening seconds of the second quarter. And there's a shot by Rao. It goes off, and a nice offensive rebound there by Carter, and she gets fouled. And Cougars will be have the ball out of bounds underneath. That's number 11, Ashley Carper, is checked into the contest during the break. Also, number 15 is Rachel Bedard in for the Brad LaValle's Hornets. And there's an entry pass inside, a little bit too long, and the Hornets will come away with the turnover. There's Bedard with a shot that won't fall. Carter with a rebound, and Cougars will push it up the court. Carter at the foul line, over for Gagnon. Gagnon quickly guarded there. Here's Rabideau. Tries to get one inside for Rao. That pass is a little off target, but Rao does a nice job of saving it. Under 10. Here's Rao from long range, but had her foot on the line, and she'll only get credited for 2 points. So give Shaylin Rao 5, and it pushes the Cougar lead up to 17. Here's Dragoon from three-point land, and that one is way off the target, and we'll go over to the Cougars. And the Hornets will settle back in a half-court man-to-man. Inside for Carter. Carter left hand, a little bit too short. Rebounded by Dragoon. And she's guarded there by Gagnon. Gagnon over for Carper. Carper takes it up the left side and turns around, finds nobody. Here's Frady, but looks like she had a couple extra steps there, but no call. Here's Marlowe at the top. Carper left-handed shot, won't fall. Carter with a nice long rebound. Gagnon brings the ball up, looks to penetrate, but decides not to. Gives it out for Rabideau. Rabideau kicks it over for Rao. Rao open shot there. That one's short. And it's rebounded by Carper. Here comes Frady back the other way. Hornets playing with a little more intensity here in the second quarter. Not too much offense to show for it, but all right, it's the referees. Oh, Cougars have the ball back. Carter out for Rao. Rao gets double teamed there. Actually, the Hornets have now moved into a 2-3 zone. And there's Gagnon from the side. That one's air ball, and we get another foul on the rebound. So it looks like actually Marlowe's going to pick up her second foul there on the rebound, and we're in the bonus. So I'm not sure why that was going to be a shooting foul, but that is the 7th team foul for the Hornets. So Kayla Carter will be at the line to shoot 1-1. 5:17 to play here in the first half. And Carter puts that first one up and good. Emily Sample will check back into the contest, and Shaylin Rao will get the rest. And Carter's second is up and good. 8 points for Kayla Carter to lead all scorers so far. Here's Frady, breaks the press. She's double teamed there, kicks it back out for Bedard. For Dragoon, a little hard time grabbing the handle, but Carper has it. And she loses the ball. Now is trapped in the corner, but Frady comes to her rescue. 10 on the shot clock. Dragoon thinks about it, puts the drive up, too strong off the back iron, and here's Rabideau with it. She brings it down and brings it in the lane. Left-handed shot is blocked, but Carter comes up with a rebound. Here's Emily Sample with a set shot that won't fall. Peyton Sample comes off with the offensive rebound. Nice pass inside for Carter. She thinks more about it, keeps it out, back inside for Carter. Left-handed shot, nice touch there by Kayla Carter, up and in. Give her 10 points here in the first half. And that ball is going to roll out of bounds, so the Hornets turn it over. And Hornets are doing all they can on defense. There's a good turnover by Frady. Causes the turnover. There's a 2-on-1 break the other way. And Frady can't finish on it, but there's a nice pick up there by Gagnon. And the runner in the middle by Rabideau will not fall. Peyton Sample might have taken that right to the rack, but decides to dish it off, and Cougars come up empty on that break. So here's Bedard, gives it in for Carper. That one's off the back iron. Carter tracks it down, and we'll come back the other way. Here's Sample inside for Carter. Nice catch there. And another turnaround shot with the left hand, and Kayla Carter is having her way against the defense with Ashley Marlowe on the bench with 2 fouls. The Hornets have really no answer inside for that. Here's Dragoon. Drives the lane, reverse layup, a little bit too strong. Emily Sample comes down with it, but it's taken away by Bedard. And Dragoon can't finish on it. So good defense again by the Hornets. I'm telling you, they are playing determined defense. It just can't seem to be getting anything going on the offensive end. There's another nice play there by Ashley Carper, knocks the ball out of bounds. We got under 3 minutes to play, and subs for both sides. Number 30 is Deanna Labarge, comes in for the first time for Coach LaValle, and Shaylin Rao back in the contest to give Taylor Rabideau the rest. Rao drives the baseline. Steps out of bounds. Let's see, that would be number 5 is Kayla Carper, comes back into the contest. Frady will get the rest. Dragoon. Labarge, that shot goes off the rim. It's on the floor. Pass up for Sample, but it was off the mark. Carper comes up with the loose ball, so the Cougars get the long rebound, but then cough the ball up. There's a shot by Labarge that won't fall. And Dragoon picks up the loose ball, but she twisted her knee or something and went down on the ground, and we got a little injury timeout here with 2:04 showing on the clock in the first half. Okay, out of the injury timeout, Canada Dragoon is safely back on the bench with what appeared to be a rolled ankle. Ashley Marlowe will take her spot, and we are back at it. Also during the timeout, number 1 for the Cougars, Callie Sample, is checked back into the contest, and there's a turnover by the Cougars. Hornets come up with a shot down at the other end. It just won't fall, and Cougars come back with the ball. Sample. Here's Paola on a drive. She tries to get it off for Emily Sample, but she wasn't ready for that pass, and the Cougars turn the ball over. Coach Dumas not too happy about the way the Cougars are playing on offense here with some pretty sloppy passing and many turnovers. They're still in the game because the Hornets are just not able to get much going offensively. But here's a second opportunity, and this one's inside, off from Marlowe at the foul line. That one goes off the side of the rim, and play is still on as the shot clock was expiring, but the shot was up. Here's Paola, muscles her way in and rolls one off the rim. Good work by Christina Paola to work her way in and put a nice shot in, nice soft shot in off the roll, and get her in the scoring column. There's Marlowe looking for somebody, and that pass is a little off target. And we'll go over the Cougars with 28 seconds to play here in the first half. Inside for Rao. Rao splits the defense, puts up a nice shot, soft shot that rolls off the rim. And looks like Emily Sample is going to pick up the foul on the rebounding end, and Hornets will inbound with 20 seconds to go. And that one goes off the hands of Ashley Marlowe and out of bounds, and another turnover by the Hornets. So the Cougars will have it. 10 seconds to go. There's Paola with a shot off the back of the rim. Sample. And the horn sounds. So after 16 minutes of play here at Northeastern Clinton Central School, the Cougars all over the Hornets. 34-6. All right, folks, we're starting our second half action from Northern Basketball League Division I matchup between the hometown Cougars of Northeastern Clinton against the visiting Hornets of Plattsburgh High. Cougars take a 27-point lead into the second half. Inside for Carter. Carter with a nice move. Drops it in, and Kayla Carter with 12 points in the first half to lead all scorers has now pushed that total up to 14. And here's Kiana Dragoon off that injury, and she's back in it with no worse for wear. Carper gives it in for Cyphers. Cyphers left-handed shot, or right-handed shot, I'm sorry. And that one goes nowhere. Referee Lacey trying to decide who gets the ball, and it's going to stay with the Hornets. So Hornets with a baseline inbounds play. Out for Marlowe, back inside for Dragoon. Dragoon, Marlowe at the foul line. Thought about it. Here's Carper, long range, a little bit too short. Carter with the long rebound, outlet for Peyton Sample. Brings it to the center, loses the handle on it. Emily picks it up. Rao with a shot. Short, nice box out there by Cyphers, but she throws the ball away. There's Emily Sample, brings it into the lane, kicks it out for Peyton, inside for Carter. Carter with a good look there, but a little too hard off the glass, and Cyphers with the rebound. And Carper brings it up. Inside for Marlowe. Marlowe, a couple extra steps there, but... And Peyton Sample wrestles that ball away from Frady. Long pass for Rabideau. Rabideau tries to do the reverse layup. It's blocked, but the Hornets forget about the loose ball, and Carter comes around and lays another one in. So Kayla Carter with all the points for the Cougars here in the second half. That shot short, and Carter comes away with that rebound. Here's Rao. That one's short from the foul line. Carter with an offensive rebound, and that one won't fall. Good job there by Emily Sample to wrestle that offensive rebound away, but she gets hip checked out of bounds by Lee Cyphers, and that'll be her second foul, and Cougars will inbound under their own basket. Rao on the inbound play. That one gets poked away, but it'll stay with the Cougars. Sample on the baseline, back out for Rabideau. She drives, kicks it out for Carter from the elbow. That one's short, gets her own rebound, out for Rao. Rao drives and drags her feet and steps on the line, so the Cougars turn the ball over, and we'll give it up to the Hornets here with 5:16 to play here in the third quarter. Hornets yet to get anything to fall here in the second half. Frady gives it up for Marlowe on the high post, inside for Carper. Nice move there. And Kayla Carper gets the Hornets off the schneid here in the second half with her first hoop of the game. Here's Kayla Carter, nice dump off for Emily Sample, but she loses the handle on it. Here's a pass up for Frady. Frady loses the handle in the lane. Marlowe with the picks up the scraps but can't finish, and Kiana Dragoon with an offensive rebound and a putback. So the Hornets on a roll here with 4 straight points. They've pushed their total up to 10. And they'll get it over, and there's another errant pass by the Cougars, and the Hornets come back the other way, and this ball goes up and won't fall. Peyton Sample with a nice offensive rebound, but she gets the ball taken away from her by Carper, and the Hornets will have it on the turnover, and Coach Dumas has seen enough of that sloppy play here in the second half, calls a timeout with 4:12 to play in the third quarter. Okay, out of the timeout, Hornets with the ball, and that one goes out of bounds, so Hornets turn the ball over, and the Cougars will have it with a 27-point lead. Sample over for Rabideau. Rabideau thinks about it, puts a runner in the lane, and gets shoved off as she's putting the shot up. That one's going to go against Kayla Carper. That's her first foul, and we'll put Rabideau at the line to shoot 2. And her first shot is up and good. Kayla Rabideau with 4 points in the first half. And number 12, Jenna Worley checks into the contest for the first time. Cyphers will get the rest. Rabideau's second shot rims out. Here's Frady on the drive, out for Worley. Worley looks to penetrate. Inside for Marlowe. She's doubled there. Carter slaps the ball away. Rabideau has it. Dribbles in against some pressure. Here's Rao with a mid-range shot that a little bit too strong. Nice offensive rebound there by Emily Sample. And the Cougars keep the ball alive with a fresh 30. Keeping it on the perimeter, using as much of the clock as possible. Here's Rabideau with an open look. She looks to penetrate, but gets taken away. Here's a nice drive by Sample, but the reverse layup is a little bit too short. And the Hornets come away with it. Good ball movement there by the Cougars to find the open man, and Emily Sample drives the lane. Had a little bit of pressure at the tail end of that drive. Had to go reverse and came up short. There's Carper on the drive, and she loses the handle but gets it back and drops in another shot. So Kayla Carper with 4 points here in the second half, and Emily Sample goes to the rack with the left hand and gets fouled, and will be at the line to shoot 2. That foul is going to go against Kiana Dragoon. It'll be her second, their team's third, with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Emily Sample puts a shot up and drops one in. She had 2 points in the first half. And Coach LaValle goes to the bench. Number 30 is Deanna LaBarge, and 15, I believe it is Rachel Bernard. Sample's second one is short. Carter with an offensive rebound kicks it back out for Sample, and she throws it in the center. Rabideau picks that one up, switches hands, puts it in the lane, left-handed drive, and nice work there by Kayla Rabideau to turn that around, split the defense. Here's Worley, Good fake there, puts it in the lane and drops it in. So Jenna Worley off the bench knocks down a hoop on her first shot. And there's a loose ball that Frady comes away with. So the Cougars, some sloppy passing there, throw the ball away, and the Hornets have it. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Here's Worley from the foul line. I'm sorry, that was Lavarge from the foul line. Kicks it off and goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hornets. Subs for both sides. Sierra Gagno and Christina Paola will check in for the Cougars. Ashley Carper will come in for the Hornets. Carper on the drive, off of Frady. Frady fakes, gets into the center. Nice dish off there from Marlowe, and Marlowe will finish on the inside. So good fake there by Frady and feed inside for Ashley Marlowe. She will puts the shot up and will be at the line to see if she can't finish the old-fashioned three-point play. No, we don't have a 43. So I'm guessing out 33, so the foul was on Paola. Marlowe misses on the foul shot, and the Cougars come back down the other way. Carter inside, she's doubled there. Gagno open on the outside, and knocks down a long two. So Sierra Gagno with 2 points in the first half has doubled that. Balanced scoring for the Cougars somewhat, with Kayla Carter doing the bulk of the heavy lifting. But there's a block inside by Carter. Carter having a pretty strong game all the way around. I haven't kept track of the rebounds, but I'll get that. Here's Gagno lofts another one up that rims out and comes back in. I'm going to check with the stats guy here in just a second to see what else Carter is doing on the stat sheet. There's a steal by Gagno up for Rabideau on the 3-on-2, and Peyton Sample will get fouled on the way up. Oh, you don't have any blocks on here? You must be keeping track of that someplace. How many block shots? Mm-hmm. You don't have that? No. Alrighty.
Not much for our stats.
Okay. Just wondering. I wonder how close she is on the triple-double. We got to talk about something. And Sample makes both of her free throws, so Hornets will have it with under 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So after checking the stats, Kayla Carter with 14 rebounds here so far in the game to go along with her 16 points. And that was swatted around. Worley has it a little bit too strong, and the horn sounds after 3 quarters of play here at Northeastern Clinton Central School. The Cougars with a 29-point lead, 45-16. Okay, folks. Fourth quarter action coming your way from Northeastern Clinton Central School. Thursday evening, January 23rd, 2014. Northeastern Clinton Central Cougars against the Hornets of Plattsburgh High. There's another block inside by Rao, but the outlet pass goes a little bit too long and last touched by the Cougars, so the Hornets will take over. Here's Ashley Carper on the drive, puts the shot up a little bit too strong. Rabideau with the rebound, and she gets knocked to the floor. And we get a foul on Worley, I believe it is. Rabideau with it. And then Peyton Sample loses the handle, and Rabideau picks up the loose ball, but it'll go over or stay with the Hornets. Should get a reset, no? Rao with it. And that one gets swatted away, so there's another turnover by the Cougars. Hornets with it. Carper on the drive, and Carter goes for the block, but this time she's going to get tagged for the foul. And that will put Kayla Carper at the line to shoot 2. First foul of the night for Kayla Carter, who's having a pretty solid all-around game for Coach Dumas and the Cougars. Carper's first foul shot is up and good. She's got 5 points so far, all here in the second half. And the second one on its way. And that one rattles around and in. 6 points for Kayla Carper, and that will make her the top scorer for Coach LaValle and the Hornets. Inside for Carter. Carter will kick it back out for Sample. Back inside for Carter. Carter, nice soft shot there, but a little bit off the back iron, and Rabideau is there for the offensive rebound and the putback. So Taylor Rabideau with 9 points. Here's Worley on the drive. Carper lines up for the 3 and drains it. Kayla Carper has come alive for the Hornets here in the second half with 9 points and a pretty strong performance on the offensive side of things. Here's Carter, and Marlowe will pick up that foul. So Ashley Marlowe doing yeoman's work underneath there, working against the freshman for the Cougars, and she's got her hands full with a pretty talented player and has picked up her third foul, but has really done some good work underneath. So Kayla Carter at the line to shoot 2. The first one drops. Lee Cyphers will check back in, and Ashley Marlowe will go to the bench with those 3 fouls. Shea Frady also comes back in. Bedard will get the rest. 6:14 to play here in the fourth quarter. And Carter's other foul shot rattles its way in. So she's got 18 points. Here's Worley inside for Cyphers. And Cyphers is going to get fouled on her way to the rack. Rabideau will pick up that foul. Sierra Gagnon comes back into the contest for the Cougars. Peyton Sample will get the rest. And that one gets swatted away on the inbounds. Here's Carper. Rabideau swats that one, swipes that away, and knocks it off of Carper's leg. So good defensive play there by Taylor Rabideau to create that turnover. And the Cougars have it with under 6 minutes to play. Inside for Carter, back out for Rabideau. Here's Rao. Drives baseline, double team there, and Worley's going to get called for shoving her out of bounds, and that'll be 7 fouls if we're in the bonus. So Shaylin Rao will be at the line to shoot 1 and 1. As Worley has picked up her second foul. She did not play at all in the first half, and is in there now and has picked up 2 fouls. And Rao misses the front end of the 1 and 1. Carper with a nice strong rebound there. Inside for Cyphers. Cyphers is doubled there. Rao blocks the shot. picks up the ball and finally kicks it out for Rabideau. So Shaylin Rao with a couple blocks here in the fourth quarter. Inside, here's Carter. Carter's triple team there. Ball stripped by Frady. Sample picks up the loose ball and is fouled on the drive. So she will be at the line to shoot 2. And the foul is going to go against number 35, Lee Cyphers. We'll put, that'll be 3 on her, and we'll put Emily Sample at the line to shoot 2. .5:16 to go here, and Cougars miss another foul shot. So been about 50-50 from the foul line today. And Sample rattles that one in. 4 points for Emily Sample. There's Frady. Over for Carper. Carper pushes one in off the glass, so Ashley Carper gets into the scoring column with her first points of the evening. And Carter, that one is loose, but Gagnon picks up the loose ball in the lane, and that one's going to get called against Ashley Carper, and Sierra Gagnon will be at the line to shoot 1 and 1. Christina Paola and Kelly Sample will check into the contest with under 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Gagnon makes the front end of the 1 and 1. Second one is on its way, and that was good. 6 points for Sierra Gagnon, and actually I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but when all 8 players for the Cougars scored in the first half, so. Here's Carper on the drive, goes out for Worley. That one's a little off target. Nice box out there by Cyphers, but she gets the offensive rebound but can't finish on it. Excuse me. Here's Sample out for Rabideau. Gagnon has it. Paola on the perimeter, so the Cougars keeping it on the outside. This time the pass inside for Carter. A little off target, and that one goes out of bounds. So the Cougars turn the ball over, and Hornets will have it, trailing by 29. And Gagnon's going to pick up the foul on that drive. That'll be only 4 team fouls on the Cougars, so Hornets will inbound. Number 33 is Sarah Reef, checks into the contest for Coach LaValle. Her first foray into the contest. Frady off the drive, splits the defense. Carter blocks that shot, and that shot goes up and over the backboard. So Reef quickly into the game, throws one up, and it goes up just a little bit too strong and rolls it over the backboard. So here come the Cougars on the drive. Here's Sample. Sample at the foul line. She drives in, throws one up a little bit too strong. Carter with the offensive rebound and won't fall. Tries to get the rebound, but Labarge comes away with it. Frady drives, pushes it up. Here's Worley. She throws one up that doesn't fall anywhere. Gagnon with a nice rebound there with a 3-on-1. Nice pass over for Paola, who finishes on the other end. So Sierra Gagnon with a good strong move on a loose ball on the floor, creates a 3-on-1 break the other way, and Christina Paola finishes on a nice feed by Sierra Gagnon. So credit the freshman with a good hard work there to create that turnover and an easy score at the other end. There's some good defensive play there. Creates another turnover. Cougars with the ball. Up by 30. And there's some hustle in the corner, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Hornets. So the Cougars will have it. Good hustle play there by both Lee Cyphers and Kayla Carter as the ball was scooting out of bounds. There's Carter with a nice left-handed look there. And she drops it in to give her 20 points. With under 3 minutes to go. Rabideau goes for the steal. This time Gagnon comes up with it. Another 3-on-2 break. Rabideau takes it to the hole. A little bit too strong there. Worley can't grab the handle on it, and Rabideau's out of bounds, so they'll turn the ball over. Both coaches go to the bench. Shaylin Rao checks back in, as does Kayla Carper, and Peyton Sample comes back into the contest to give Rabideau a rest. So on the floor for the Hornets here for the last 2:41. Rachel Bedard, Kayla Carper, Sarah Reef, Lee Cyphers, and Worley, Jenna Worley. The ball's on the floor, and it's tied up there. We'll stay with the Hornets. On the floor for the Cougars is Shaylin Rao, Callie Sample, Christina Paola, Sierra Gagnon, and Peyton Sample. Inbounds pass comes loose for Carper, and a nice reverse layup there with the left hand, and that's Ashley Carper picks up her 4th point. They're all in the second half, so Hornets have done all their offensive damage here in the second half with only 6 points in the first half, but they've really turned it on here in the second half. But unfortunately, a little too little, too late as they find themselves in a 31-point deficit with under 2 minutes to play. Another foul on the floor. Looks like Bedard's going to pick up her second foul, and Shaylin Rao will be at the line to shoot 2 as the Hornets are in the double bonus. And Rao makes good on both of those. Her first points in the second half here to give her 7 total. Worley keeps it inside for Reef, has a hard time finding the handle, gets the shot off and gets fouled. So Sarah Reef, this is very limited playing time for the Hornets, will be at the line to shoot 2. Is no doubt a crowd favorite here for the Hornets, with their opportunity to check up a couple free throws. 2 shots coming for her with 1:38 on the clock. First one is up and just a little bit too short. Second one's on its way, and rolls around and goes in, much to the delight of her teammates. My feeling is that Miss Reef doesn't get a lot of playing time, doesn't score a whole lot of points. So good for her as she gets her name in the score sheet. Here's a drive by Bedard. Offensive rebound there. Bedard working hard. And she gets her first points of the evening on some good hard work on the offensive glass. Here's Sample. Off for Peyton Sample. Paola looks to drive. She's defended there by Worley. Inside for Rao, and Rao turns around and banks one in. 9 points for Shaylin Rao, who's had a real good game on the offensive end and defensive end. There's a nice rebound there by Rao. And long pass up for Sample. Over for Gagnon, and she'll slow it down and use up a little bit of that clock as we're under a minute to play. Inside for Rao. Rao turns around and rattles one in and out. There's a rebound there by Reef. And the Hornets have it. Can hold for their last shot if they wish. At this point, they are down by a considerable margin. Inside. That one won't fall. Ball's on the ground. Gagnon has it. Gives it out for Rao, and the Hornets will be able to let this one tick down. So after 32 minutes of play here at Northeastern Clinton Central School, the Cougars come away with a one-sided victory, 60-28 against the visiting Hornets of Plattsburgh High. So that's the way it was, folks. This Thursday evening, January 23rd, 2014. We thank you very much for watching Hometown Cable, television worth your support.